What's cooking, good looking? So FMC 2024 took place about 2 days ago, which actually reminded me that I've never properly done an FMC attempt at home or officially. And I decided at 11 p.m. Back then, right after FMC 2024 ended, I would try out my first ever attempt at home. And at that point in time, I did not know any FMC techniques at all. I didn't even know how to block belt. I also didn't know NIS, although I had heard of it. So I just loaded up CS Timer, and this was the first ever Scramble that I got, which as you can tell was really lucky because it has a 2-move X cross on blue. But what I also realized was that you can actually do that, which is an F2, into this X cross, and you would get a free pair over here. And then I inserted it, I think like this, by doing an F2, and then I experimented with these two pairs after a little bit, and I realized the best way of doing it was just solving this orange and yellow pair normally, which gives you a free pair over here, and just inserting it. You can actually cancel into this OLO, which I know an alternate ALK for, which I normally do for OH. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm not very good at OH. Then you get this JA perm. So, after totaling up the total move count, I realized that it was a 38 move FMC solution, which, considering that I didn't know NIS and I didn't even know how to block build and it was just regular CFOP, no block building, is really good for me and good for anyone in total, but it's mainly because of the free X cross on the Scramble. So yeah, I just got really lucky. Then I decided to learn NIS, and as you can tell, you have normal and inverse scrambles over here, after which I got a 38 move solution. And that was a bit annoying because it was a lot less lucky and I still couldn't break my PB. So, determined, I just experimented with NIS over here. I think I tried my first Scramble again, the 2-move X cross one, but I couldn't really find anything that good. So I just decided to do a completely new FMC attempt. And ignore the scribbling and the circling because I was a bit annoyed as I couldn't really write this down properly. I wrote too many primes and missed them out, and yeah, I was just a bit confused with NIS, with this being my first time really using it. But I did manage to get a 36 move solution, mainly because I got lucky again and was able to cancel 6 moves in total. Then I did another attempt, which is also 36 moves. Ignore the scribbling again, because I can't count apparently, which is what FMC has taught me. Yeah, so this one just tied my previous PB, and then I want to go through this one, which is the most recent one, which I also did at about 11 p.m, but 24 hours after my first ever attempt. So this one was initially a 33, but I managed to find a 30 move solution with triple exclamation marks because it broke my PB by 6 moves. And this one is quite interesting, so I'm just gonna go through it. So this is the normal Scramble. I used NIS at this point in time, and I was a lot more familiar with using it, and I couldn't really find anything good. The best I could find was this pair paired with this edge over here to form this 2x2 block over here, which is 4 moves, but it was less good and I couldn't really find anything else afterwards to continue that 2x2 block. So I decided to switch to the inverse Scramble, which is a lot better. And what I realized pretty quickly is that you can actually do L prime to form that 2x2 block over here, but what you could also do was just an R prime, then an F prime to form this 2x2x2 block, which is really good. But I kept looking after a little bit and I decided to switch back to the normal Scramble because there wasn't really anything good on the inverse, and I want to continue on this square over here. And the best thing I found is because you have this pair over here and this edge, both of which would form this square, which would finish as 2x2x3. And this one, I think I did L2, U prime, V2 to finish this one up. And then I looked over here and I thought, oh wait, this edge is not oriented, so I thought that it wouldn't be good, and I wanted to switch back to the inverse Scramble, but then I realized you have this pair over here, and this pair can be easily set up too. So I just inserted it normally, and I realized, hang on, it's just a free pair. So I inserted that, then I also got another free pair here, inserted that, which makes for a 16 move F2L, which is really good. Unfortunately, I got a lot less lucky with the last layer in this case. I think in this case, if I did it normally like that, and I got this R pump, it would have been a 42 move solution, which is less than ideal. So I just searched around with a little bit of NIS, and I think I got a bit more lucky. I found a shorter solution, but that one also wasn't really good because in total it was 38 moves. I think the OLAO was, yeah, I got this OLAO, which isn't good by itself, and then I got, I think, a U perm or a GA perm, sorry, not a GA a perm, a JA perm? Yeah, so it just was 38 moves, although shorter by 4 moves, still wasn't really that great. So I decided to continue looking, let me see, yeah, on here, which is where I found this last two pair solution and finished the F2L. And what I found was that I actually missed something where I could cancel into this free pair by doing an F2 instead of just a normal F. So F2, inserting this pair, and finishing that that F2L minus 1, which actually gave me a free pair over here as well, because I preserved it while doing so. And inserting that normally actually gave an OLAO skip, which is pretty insane, but unfortunately it was a GA perm, which initially I was about to do like that, which in total would be 16 moves including AUF, which would give a 33 move solution, and I wrote that down over here, 17 move F12 and OLO, and a 16 move GA perm. But I kept looking because I had some time left, and what I realized was that I can actually do this. And if you can tell, that is a GA perm, but the inverse of it. So what that out is, actually, let me try and do it on another cube. It's this one, which is the opposite of that GA perm, which is, I'm not sure which one it is. I don't really remember if it's GA, GC or whatnot, but it was a out that I used a long time ago, which involves a bunch of wide moves, but I've dropped that out since, and I've used that alternate one, which is just the reverse of the 16 move GA perm. And I realized that if you invert that algorithm by doing, give me a moment, I hope I got it right, R2 UY, R prime U R prime, U prime R UY R2, I just insert that, and it had U2 AUF afterwards, that would give a 13 move GA perm. Oh my gosh, there's a bird chirping outside. Oh well, that's life. So that was a 17 move F12 plus OLAO plus a 13 move GA perm, which gave a 30 move solution. And unfortunately, I wanted a sub 30, and I kept looking, but I couldn't really find anything that got close to that. So in the end, I just decided to stick with that solution, which gave me a 30 move solution. So if I'm not wrong, the final solution would have been L2 U prime B2 F prime L F2 B prime U B F prime L U L, rotate this way, R2 UY R prime U R prime U prime R UY R2 F prime U F U2. Then it just gave me this, because that was the first part of my normal solution, which is over here. And these are all the moves I've made on my inverse scramble. And that one, you just have to reverse this, and you get that, and add it to the end of the scramble. Unfortunately, no move cancelled out, so I was still stuck with a 30 move solution, and that one was just F, L, R, F prime, which gave me a 30. So yeah, I don't think I'll even try another FMC attempt after this. Maybe I would experiment a little bit with EO, but it's been a bit of a brain-frying experience, although it has been incredibly fun, and I do see why a lot of people like FMC. So yeah, maybe in the future, and I'm really glad to have tried FMC for the first time. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you.